Coming dry and wipe this shit off. No, no, that's something. Most High in Christ. We gonna get started in a second, Israel. I'm gonna let a couple brothers and sisters get in here, get it going. Matam Yeezy. Yabashim al Shabrakata. Get it started, man. This gonna be a Tawab one. I'm excited about this one. And okay, we got a couple of people in here. Most High in Christ. Shalom Israel, Yahba Shemi al Shabrakathum to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar al Thun by Shemi al Shah to the sisters. Yahba Shemi al Shabrakathah, Karatazah, sir. If you watching on Facebook, Salagia, sir, I can't see your chats. I mean your comments in the chat. I can see it on YouTube, but the water for tapping in. Man, let's get into it, man. You know what I'm saying? Most High in Christ, clap it up. Let's get into it, man. You know what I'm saying? So tonight we finna go into how Israelites became Gentiles. You understand? Let me give you a thorough breakdown of who the Gentiles are in the New Testament. You understand? Now, of course, the Christian church, they have led blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians to believe that the Lord loves everybody. John 3:16, blah, 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 all of this type of nonsense. You understand? But tonight, I'm going to give you the thorough breakdown on who the Gentiles are in the New Testament and who Christ came to live and die for. You understand? Now, let's go to I'm gonna pull my first scripture. Let's go to Malachi 3 and 6. All right. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. You understand? The water for everybody tuning in. Y'all can see I'm very excited about this class because we're gonna give some clarity, you understand, to the BS that the Christian church has spewed out on the black community and kept us destroyed, right? It's the book of Malachi chapter 3 and verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. The Lord said he does not change. You understand? And this is why the sons of Jacob are not consumed. This is why we still exist on planet Earth today. Because the Lord gave a covenant to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You understand? And his covenant has only been with the children of Israel up until today. You understand? It still remains with the children of Israel, right? Now, of course, we've been brainwashed and basically indoctrinated. Shout out to Natazab, you understand? We've been indoctrinated to believe that the Lord loves everybody and the Gentiles are these heathen nations. You understand? Well, let's get the history of the people that the Lord dealt with. You understand? Let me go to Amos 3 and 2. All right. Once again, like I said, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. You understand? If you didn't know who the New Testament was talking about, we're gonna get into that. All right. In fact, so like it. Joel 2 and 27, right? Since I'm here. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed. Excuse me. The Lord said he is in the midst of Israel, the Israelites, the children of Israel. You understand? He said, and that I am the Lord your God and none else. You understand? Yahweh. You understand the Lord's correct biblical name. You understand? In Hebrew, he is the God of the Israelites and none else. Thus saith Joel 2 and 27. All right. And my people shall never be ashamed. He said, his people. Everybody is not the Lord's people. You understand? Everybody is not the children of God. You understand? The children of the nation of Israel are the Lord's people. You understand? Salakia. Let's go to Amos 3 and 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. You understand? The children of Israel are the people that have been punished by the Lord because we are the only family that the Lord is dealing with. You understand? So when a child loses their life to gun violence, sitting in their damn house, you understand, minding their own business, watching cartoons, and a stray bullet comes through the room. The reason why is because the Lord is pronouncing judgment on the children of Israel. And why is he pronouncing judgment on the children of Israel? Because your Christian pastor made you think and believe that the Lord loves everybody, that we should all come together as a collective and live deliciously amongst all the rest of the nations. You understand? But I'm going to show you throughout history where this started and where we aired at. You understand? And how we became known to be, as the scriptures called us in the New Testament, Gentiles. You understand? Let me get Deuteronomy 4 and 27. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 27. And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations. You understand? This is a curse that the Lord is going to give to the children of Israel. He's going to scatter us among the nations. You understand? And when you live amongst other people, you know what happens? You become those other people, not physically, but spiritually. You become those other people by indulging in their customs. You understand? Celebrating their holidays, eating what they eat, dress how they drink. You understand? Dress how they dress. Excuse me. You understand? And this was the same thing that happened in the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve. When they tried to sew fig leaves on themselves and hide amongst the other nations, that was them trying to take on the culture of another people. You understand? Salakia. And ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither the Lord shall lead you. You understand? And we left few in number among the heathen, whether the Lord has led us. You understand? We left few in number amongst the so-called Caucasian man, amongst the East Indians. You understand? Amongst Africans, amongst all the rest of these heathens, and we indulge in their customs and take part in their lifestyle. Right? Verse 28. Excuse me. And there ye shall serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. You understand? We worshiping these other gods, these strange gods. You understand? That wood and stone. That wood is that Christian cross. You understand? That stone is that Kaaba stone in Mecca when you call yourself a Muslim. You understand? And just a quick sidebar. Being a goddamn Muslim is so evil in the sense of this, right? I had a conversation with a brother last night who was a Muslim, a brother that I know from in the world, you understand? And we was going through the history of the Nation of Islam, right? And this brother literally told me, you understand, he would accept a man, a grown goddamn man, indulging in sexual activities with his 13-year-old niece or daughter because that's the way in life of a goddamn Muslim. Disgust me to the core. You understand? I looked at that nigga like, yeah, I would never bring my daughters around you. You niggas is crazy. You understand? But that becomes a part of our fabric as a people because the Lord scattered us to go live amongst these other people. You understand? And what do? We indulge in their customs. When you look in this Bible, we got laws against sleeping with goddamn children. You understand? We got laws against eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, raping women. You understand? Getting lineups, shaving your head bald. You understand? Getting tattoos. All of these laws that the Lord gave to the children of Israel, we were supposed to uphold them. You understand? But we want to be like these other nations so goddamn much. The Lord said what? He said, and the Lord shall scatter you among the nations. Oh, you want to be like an Egyptian? Oh, you want to get down like an East Indian or an Arab? I'm gonna make you go live amongst them bastards. And then on top of that, they're going to rule over you. You're gonna become a part of their way of life and indulge in their customs, and you're gonna look like a goddamn fool, and you're going to suffer while you're doing it. You understand? We gonna get into it today. You understand? Because a lot of people don't understand this Bible because you've never seen this book right here. You understand? This book, the Apocrypha. You understand? We're gonna get into the history of this book too. You understand? But Salakia, let me get Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter and the 64th verse. All right. Salakia, let me start at verse Deuteronomy 28 and 15. All right. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. You understand? All of these classes that the Isupk gives out to the public for free. You understand? Our people need this. This is the medicine that's going to save your life. This same Muslim brother asked me last night, right? The brother that I was just talking about a few seconds ago. He asked me, what is all the knowledge that I obtained going to do for me? You understand? And I told him simple. If you don't know where you come from, then you're not going to know where you're going. You understand? All of the knowledge that I obtained up under Commander General Yana Barakatah Yahweh Shah, you understand? In this glorious Isupk school, this has taught me how to be a man, how to have morals and standards, and to understand what happened in the past. Like the scriptures say, the things that was written aforetime are written for our learning. You understand? You read these scriptures, right? You got that phone? So like it. You read these scriptures, and you're supposed to learn from the mistakes that your ancestors did. So like I don't know where I just put it. You understand? You're supposed to learn from the mistakes that your forefathers did. All right. Oh, Most High Christ, the water. Appreciate it, princess. You understand? You're supposed to learn from the mistakes that your forefathers did. You understand? To not like and big shout out to Captain Soccer War. You understand? AKA Big Cap Sock G. He said some of the coldest stuff that I've ever heard a priest say. He said, I'm gonna paraphrase what he said. The Bible is so damn beautiful, right? In the sense of this is not a fairy tale story where you see a whole bunch of righteous niggas that just got it right 100% of the time and everything was a-okay. No, niggas was being niggas. Niggas was smoking weed. Niggas was having sex with other niggas, women. Niggas was doing all type of wicked shit, excuse my French, on the left side of how you supposed to live as a nation. And what happened? You see over and over and over and over again our people being destroyed by these other nations because the Lord put us up under these other nations because we want to indulge in a lifestyle and live like these other nations. So you know what the Lord did? He gave us exactly what we wanted. You understand? And in turn, whatever the hell we wanted and being stiff-necked people and wanted to go follow these other nations, it destroyed us. You understand? You want to eat shrimp, pork, crab, and lobster? Oh, you're going to catch some type of health disease. Go sleep with a whore if you want to. You're gonna get AIDS. You understand? Go indulge in celebrating the 4th of July. You understand? Or Chinese New Year. Your ass might lose your goddamn eyebrows or get blown up by a damn M1000 because you want to be just like these damn heathens. You understand? And that's what the Lord gave to the children of Israel every time we messed up. You understand? We effed up. The Lord beat the hell out of us every goddamn time. And this is why this book is so damn beautiful. You understand? Because when you understand that your ancestors did not always get it right, you can see and read through these scriptures the consequences that they had to suffer. You understand? For wanting to be like these other nations and indulging in stuff that we wasn't even supposed to touch. You understand? So this is why this book is so goddamn beautiful. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. You understand? If you don't hearken to this Bible, all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you. Now let's read a curse, one of the curses, just one. Because I ain't gonna get into the curses This book is literally, I mean, Salaki, not this book, but this class is literally a breakdown on who the Gentiles were. You understand? It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other. The Lord said he's going to scatter you among all people from this side of the earth to the other side of the earth, meaning you're going to live in a goddamn land that's not yours, and you're going to live amongst a nation of people that are not your family. You understand? And what's going to happen in turn? You're going to start to follow their customs. You're going to start to eat what they eat. You're going to start to wear what they wear. You understand? You're going to start to train your children to speak their goddamn language. You understand? Reading on. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. There go them wood and stone gods once again. You understand? Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Remember this book, the Apocrypha? Let's get into this book, the Apocrypha, right? Now, I advise brothers and sisters, you understand? If you want to actually know the Bible, you understand? Salakia. Excuse me. If you want to actually know the Bible, right? What the Bible is actually really about, you understand? The proper context of the scriptures that you're reading, you need one of these. This is a Zondervan Pictorial Bible Dictionary. You understand? This has a whole lot of words in the Bible, you understand, that will give you clarity on what you're actually reading. And we're going to get into this book today because this book is a great tool for you to understand the Bible when you're studying by yourself. All right. Apocrypha, the Apocrypha. What is the Apocrypha? You understand? I'm gonna give you a brief summary of what the Apocrypha is, and then I'm gonna read what it is, what this Zondervan Pictorial Bible Dictionary says about the Apocrypha. All right, bear with me. Got any questions? If y'all got questions, man, go ahead and put them in the chat. Baba Kashah, if you could, please, on topic, Baba Kashah, because this is a very important topic. And if you got questions on topic, please go to YouTube and watch the channel so I can get your comments and your questions on topic from the YouTube page. All right. Salakia. Okay, where we at? Apocrypha. Interspread among the canonical books of the Old Testament and the Old Latin Vulgate Bible are certain additional books and chapters. It's like it is to these that the Protestant usage generally assigns the term apocrypha, right? So the apocrypha is about 15 or so books that was included, you understand, and it can and what it says the canonical Bible, you understand? If you get a 1611 King James version of the Bible, the apocrypha, these 15 books that was taken out by the Protestant church in, I believe it was 1885. It has these books, these 15 books smack dab in the middle of the Old Testament, right? And the reason for them taking these books out were, and by the way, the word apocrypha translates to hide or to hide or to keep hidden or to be hidden. You understand? And when you read this book, you get a clearer concept of the history of the Bible before the New Testament and why the New Testament played out how it played out. You understand? But we gonna do a lot of reading out of this apocrypha today. All right. Wasn't any more on that. In English versions, the apocrypha are usually presented as 15 separate books. Yeah, of course. You understand? 15 books that the Protestant church, of course, these was Edomites that took this goddamn and the Protestant church was an offshoot or off branch of the Roman Catholic Church. You understand? So they took these 15 books out and named it the Apocrypha, which translates to hide or to be hidden or the hidden. You understand? But let's get into it because, of course, our topic is today how Israelites became Gentiles. Now let's go to First Maccabees. All right. First Maccabees in the first chapter. And the first and second book of Maccabees is two of the coldest books in the whole goddamn Bible. Because if you don't, excuse me, if you do not read first and second Maccabees, you will never understand the New Testament. And this is why this Apocrypha, you understand, these hidden 15 books that the Protestant church took out of their Bible. This is why this book is so goddamn important, because if you do not know the Apocrypha or you're not familiar with it and you a Christian and you thinking that the New Testament is something different than the Old Testament, the Apocrypha, it brings it all together. You understand? Right? First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 1. And it came, Salaki, and it happened after that, Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece. Now, who is this Alexander that we talking about? We got to go to the Zondervan's Pictorial Dictionary. You understand? Now, of course, if brothers and sisters are familiar with the Isupk, you understand, and you attended a couple of classes, you understand that this Alexander right here, smack dab in the middle of the Old Testament, this is talking about so-called Alexander the Great, the one that they taught you about in high school. Yeah, he lived about 350 years before Christ was around. You understand? And they taught you about this bastard in school, but yet they'll make you believe that Christ is some mythical figure when Christ lived in earlier times than him, or in more recent times than him. You understand? Salakia Adawan, is there a specific reason why the Apocrypha was removed from the Bible? Absolutely, Matam Yad. The reason why the Apocrypha was taken out of the Bible is because these Protestants and these Roman Catholics, they want to expound on religion versus heritage, versus history. By taking this Apocrypha out of the Bible, they turned the Bible into a goddamn spooky fairy tale book instead of it being a history book about the Israelites. So that's why they took it out. They took this Bible, they took these 15 books out of the Bible, so you don't understand who the goddamn devil is. You understand? So you don't understand what this race of people and they took these books out, so you don't understand how the Caucasian man came into power. And we reading about this in the first book of Maccabees right here. You understand? If you don't understand how the Caucasian man came into power, then you would never understand why this Caucasian man still reigns today and where he got his power from and what he did throughout history to obtain the power that he has today. So that's why they took this out, Matam Yad. You understand? Most High in Christ. That's why they took this out, because they wanted to keep hidden the actual history of what the Israelites actually went through before the New Testament. You understand? Questions? No? Most High in Christ. So let's get Alexander in the Bible. You understand? Alexander the Great, all right? Son of Philip, king of Macedon. Hold on. It says he's son of Philip, king of Macedon. If y'all think I'm making this up, Salakia. I don't know if you can see that. Probably can't see it. Let me see. Get that for y'all. Right there. It says Alexander the Great. You understand? This is the first Caucasian man in history to rule over the goddamn planet Earth. You understand? Now, it said he was the son of Philip, king of Macedon. First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 1. And it came to happen after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Mede, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece. This Alexander the Great, you understand, if you look into the history of him, He was the first white man to rule planet Earth as a goddamn Greek. This is when white people came into power. If you look at the dream of Nebuchadnezzar, all of the other nations besides the Caucasians, they had power. The Africans had power. You understand? The Assyrians had power, so forth and so on. The Babylonians, you understand, and so forth and so on, right? Alexander is the one that gave a head, in a sense, so to speak, or gave a status to Caucasian people. And of course, Alexander, him being a Macedonian, he's an Edomite. You understand? And all of these people that conquered the land of Europe from the so-called Polynesians of today, because those are the original Europeans. You understand? These Caucasian men, they actually got to Europe from a dude named Zepho. And you can read about Zepho in the book of Genesis, and Zepho is one of the sons of Esau. You understand? He's one of the dukes of Edom. You understand? But Salakia, all right? Let's get more on Alexander. Son of Philip, king of Macedon, and Olympias, and Ipparit, princess, born 356 BC. Although not named in the Bible, he is described prophetically in Daniel, the he-goat. Now, he is named in the Bible. You understand? He's named in the Apocrypha, right? When it say he's not named in the Bible, meaning he's not named in the books deemed to be what's the word I'm looking for? Deemed to be the original fit for the Bible. You understand? This is why they took this out. You understand? But he was absolutely named in the Old Testament, because the Apocrypha, it fits smack dab in the middle of the Old Testament. You understand? So he's absolutely named in the book of First Maccabees. All right. Salakia. The he-goat from the west with a notable horn between his eyes. He came against the ram with two horns, which was standing before the river, defeated the ram, and became very great until the horn was broken and four notable ones came up from it. You understand? And the precept to what I just read is Daniel, the 8th chapter, the 5th verse to the 8th verse. You understand? This is a big shout out to my big brother Kasar Pakai for blessing me with this book, because this book is so vital in order for you to actually study these scriptures. It will give you the history of the word that you're looking for, and will actually point you to the precepts in the Bible so you can get context of what you're researching. You understand? So once again, you know what I'm saying? The water to my big brother Kasar Pakai for blessing me with this book. You understand? Salakia. Yeah, but this Alexander the Great, this is the son of Philip and Olympias. You understand? Some Macedonians, some Caucasian people. You understand? He became the first to rule over Greece. All right. Verse 2, and made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth, and went through to the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted and his heart was lifted up. This Caucasian man, Alexander the Great, this nigga was, and the reason why they call him the Great, because he was a great goddamn conqueror. He was skilled in warfare. You understand? When you read in the book of Genesis, the Lord said he's going to bless Esau with the sword, and by the sword shall he live. Salakia. Let me get that real quick. Salakia. Give me 1 second. Bear with me. The book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse 40. This is the blessing that Esau was given by the Lord. You understand? Of course, through his father Isaac. The book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse 40. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. Salaki, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. You understand? Isaac gave a blessing to Esau that he was supposed to live by the sword. You understand? How did the Caucasian man conquer? By the sword. I'm gonna read it again. Verse 2. First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 2 again. And made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth. This is how they obtained their power in this empire, by killing, raping, robbing, and murdering. You understand? It's the same story with every goddamn Edomite that arises to power. From Alexander, you understand, all the way down to Christopher Columbus and everybody that came after Christopher Columbus. They live like this. They go conquer with the sword because this is their blessing on planet Earth. To rape, rob, murder, steal, and kill. You understand? And Alexander, he was the forefront of it. You understand? He kicked it off for the whole Caucasian race. You understand? And if you don't know, Greeks and Romans are the same goddamn people. You understand? They just took over a different part of Europe and called themselves after a different name and had slightly different customs. But all of these goddamn bastards was wicked as hell. You understand? Salakia. Verse 4. Salakia, I'm gonna keep reading. Verse 3. And went through to the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted and his heart was lifted. You understand? If y'all could go watch any movie about Alexander the Great, it's going to show you exactly what type of people these people was. You understand? It's saying he took spoils of many nations. You understand? Slew many kings, and the earth was quiet before. You know what it means for the earth to be quiet? You understand? That means didn't nobody want no smoke with Alexander. This dude was skilled at warfare, and he'd get you gone and take your whole goddamn nation over and make y'all tributaries to him. Make you pay taxes because he slaughtered your goddamn army, because the Lord blessed these goddamn devils with the sword, and this is how they gonna live and obtain glory and riches and wealth in this country. I mean, Salaki, not in this country, in the whole goddamn world. You understand? Verse 4. And he gathered a mighty strongholds and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him. The Lord blessed him with the sword. So what did he do with his gift? You understand? He went to go slaughter different nations and slaughter different kings. You understand? And they became tributaries to him. They paid taxes to him. You understand? He was extorting whole nations of people. All right. Salakia. Verse 5. And after these things, he fell sick and perceived that he should die. Right. Now, let's read a little bit more about Alexander. Right. The prophecy identifies the Rams as the kings of Media and Persia, the he-goat as the king of Greece, the great horn being the first king. When he fell, 4 kings arose in his place. Look, man, I just read to you the first chapter. He had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and the Medes. This is exactly what this is talking about. He conquered these goddamn Greeks. I mean, Salaki, these Persians, which is your modern day Iranians, the people from Iran. And if you read in the book of Esther, you understand the dude Haman or Haman, which the feast of the feast of lots. I forget the other name for it. You understand? But I forget the name of the feast, Salakia. But this was held as a memorial. Haman, you understand? He was an Agagite. You understand? He was a Macedonian as well. He was the same type of people as Alexander. Alexander, Iran is Ishmael. Nah, not necessarily. The Iranians are the original Persians. You understand? Iran, the Iranians are the Persians. You understand? And of course, if you want to break down on that, General Muhammad, he can break it down way better than me. You understand? But from the breakdown that the general gives, you understand, the Iranians are the original Persians. All right. Salakia, reading on. And after these things, he fell sick and perceived that he should die. Now, it don't say clearly what Alexander got sick off of in this pictorial Bible dictionary, nor does it say it in the scriptures. But if you know the custom of the Greeks, a lot of them were homosexuals. You understand? So he probably got sick from some type of venereal disease from him catching from doing what's the word I'm looking for living an alternative lifestyle. You understand? So he died, right? And after the Salakia, verse 6. Wherefore he called his servants such as were honorable men and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive. So his servants, the other Macedonians that he grew up with, he parted his kingdom to them. You understand? Now let's read this again in this pictorial Bible dictionary, right? It says, 4 kings arose in his place. The historical fulfillment is striking. Alexander led the Greek armies across the Hellespont into Asia Minor in 334 BC and defeated the Persian forces at the river Granicus, moving with amazing rapidity. Salagi. He again met and defeated the Persians at Issus. Turning south, he moved Salakia. Turning south, he moved down the Syrian coast, advancing to Egypt, which fell to him without a blow. Turning again to the east, he met the armies of Darius for the last time, defeating them in the battle of Arbela, east of the Tigris River. Rapidly, he occupied Babylon, then Susa, Persepolis, the capitals of Persia. The next years were spent in consolidating the new empire. Alexander took Persians into his army, encouraged his soldiers to marry Asians, and began to Hellenize Asia through the establishment of Greek cities in the Eastern Empire. He marched his armies eastwards as far as India, where they won a great battle at the Hydaspes River. The army, however, refused to advance further, and Alexander was forced to return to Persepolis. While still making plans for further conquest, he contracted a fever, weakened by the strenuous campaign and increasing dissipation. He was unable to throw off the fever and died in Babylon in 323 BC at the age of 32. His empire was then divided among 4 of his generals. While Alexander was outstanding as a conqueror, his notable contributions to civilizing came via his Hellenizing efforts. The fact that Greek became the language of literature and commerce throughout the inhabited world, for example, was of inestimable importance to the spread of the gospel. Now, I know I just read a lot. We're going to get into what that word Hellen means or Hellenize mean, and we're going to get some more on what happened after Alexander the Greek fell and what happened when he parted his kingdom to these 4 generals. Now, Salakia. Verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. Alexander came to prominence when he was 20 years old. Yeah, well, Salakia. Alexander conquered the known world when he was 20 years old. This is basically a man child. Alexander, like when you're 20 years old, you don't even have the capacity to actually understand what you want to be in life. This nigga was a goddamn war general by 20 years old, conquered the whole goddamn world, and then died at 32 years, reigning for 12 years out of his life. You understand? Salakia. Let's get into what the word Hellen means or Hellenize. All right. And then, right, another thing that we just read that I don't want to skip over is Salakia, let's get to Hellenized first, right? So you can understand, and then we gonna get into the language. We're gonna get into the language, all right? Hellenist, non-Greeks who spoke Greek, a term used specially of Jews who made Greek their tongue and with it often adopted Greek ideas and practices. To Hellenize a people, Salakia, to Hellenize a people means to force them to live like a Greek. You understand? Man, he was a young killer. Yeah, he was. He was Matam Yah, and you know why he was a young killer? Because the Lord blessed him in the with the sword. Thus saith Genesis, the 27th chapter and the 40th verse. That's what they good at. They good at killing. You understand? They ain't good at nothing else but killing, raping, robbing, and murdering. You understand, right? But back to Hellenizing. To Hellenize the Hellenistic period was what Alexander and his people bestowed on everybody that came to be ruled by the Greeks. And to Hellenize you was to force you to indulge in Greek customs. It was to force you to live like a Greek, eat what Greeks eat, speak the Greek language. You understand? Indulge in the activities of what Greeks do. This is what they did. They meant just like they do the same shit throughout history over and over and over again. Just like Latinos uh, 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 and so-called black people, we speak in the tongue and live in the customs of our conquerors. They call me a so-called African American because this is the land that I grew up in. Our people grow up celebrating Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, speaking English, Spanish, so forth and so on. You know why? Because it's the same concept of Hellenizing Jews back in the known world in 300 BCs. It's the same thing. They conquer you and put their customs on you and make you live like them. This is how black people, Latinos, and Native American Indians came Gentiles in the New Testament. We're gonna get some more. You understand? Salakia, let's go to Greek. You got any questions? So, don't be scared. Madam Yah, you got any questions? Put them in the chat, my nigga. I got you. We you know what I'm saying? We gonna do it. Let's go to Oh, look, here we go. Salakia. Grecia or Grecians. Grecia is Greece, the home of the Hellenes. Greeks and Grecians, however, are to be distinguished. Greeks are generally those of the Hellenic race, right? Gives a couple scriptures, Acts 16:1, 18:4. It says, and probably John 12:20. But the word may be used to indicate non-Jews, foreigners, and aliens. Grecians were Greek-speaking Jews. Hold on. Does the New Testament say there is no difference between Jew or Greek? You know why I say that, right? Because all these niggas was Israelites. I just read it right there in the Zondervan Pictorial Bible Dictionary that a Grecian was a Greek-speaking Jew. These niggas was Jews in the New Testament. We gonna get some more though, because I know you don't believe me right now. You understand? Shalom, what you bringing out is heavy. Most High Christ. Hey, Marcus Black, I definitely appreciate the kind words, brother. The water for tuning in. We gonna get some more. Because if you don't, oh, Salakia, what tribe was in Greece at that time? Okay, that's a great question, Matam Yad, right? That's a great question. I gotta give you some context, Martin Yeezy. Give me a second. Gotta give you some context, right? We gonna go to oh, Salaki. That's Kabata Bun. Oh, Salaki, sir. My bad. You got your you got you got your other name in there. Salaki, sir. My bad. Most High Christ out of wine, the water for tapping in. Salaki, sir. Okay, let's go to Second Ezra 13 and 40. All right. Second Ezra 13 and 40. Once again, Kabata Bun, Salakia, sir. I did not know that was you. Salakia. Forgive me, Baba Kashan. What I say? Second Ezra 13 and 40. Khan, sir. I think you gotta go to your what's the name? The your email settings or something like that. Second Ezra chapter 13 and verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, who Salmanasar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. Now, Matam Yah, to answer your question, you said which tribes was in Greece at this time? I'm finna give you the context and the history, right? During the time of the Assyrian captivity, right? The northern kingdom, right? Yeah, which is every nation, not slightly, not every nation, every tribe with the exception of Judah, Benjamin, and I believe half or a piece of Levi, right? The northern kingdom went into captivity to the Assyrians, right? Now, they served out their captivity to the Assyrians. And during the time of the northern kingdom being in captivity to the Assyrians, the Assyrian kings, they started to bring heathens into the land of Samaria or the land of the northern kingdom of Israel. You understand? Samaria being the capital, right? Now, they started bringing heathens there. This is why Christ said, enter ye not into the city of the Samaritans, because Christ knew that there was no Israelites in the northern kingdom. These was all heathens, right? Second Ezra 13 and 41. But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. You understand? And Salakia, that they might they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow places of the river. For the Most High then showed them signs and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half, and the same region is called Arsareth, right? Now, this is prior to the Greeks coming into rulership. This is before the Greeks was in rulership. The northern kingdom, they went into captivity to the Assyrians, right? After they completed the captivity, right, Arsareth, right? After they completed the captivity of the Assyrian Empire, they never came back into the land of Israel, and they went to a further country where no man dwelt before, called Arsareth. Excuse me. This is the Americas. You understand? This is North, Central, South America. You understand? Canada, all of that. You understand? On top of that, the Caribbean islands as well, right? So this is where the Northern Kingdom was at during the time of the Greeks being in rulership over the known world at that time. So to answer your questions, what tribes were in Greece at that time? This was Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and some of the remnant of the Northern Kingdom that was scattered about. You understand? But for the most part, it was Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. And we're going to get into that as well. All right. So, Laki, Back to the Apocrypha. First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 8. And his servants bear rule everyone in his place. All right. So this is the servants of Alexander ruling over the kingdom of the Greece, of the Grecians, right? And they bear rule in their own places. He had 4 generals, right? You got the Seleucid Empire, the Ptolemaic Empire, and I forget the other 2 names of the empires, the other 2 names of this branch of the Greek Empire, but it was 4 different regions that the Greeks ruled in. You understand? They had 4 different dynasties. 4 different dynasties. All right. Verse 9. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in earth. So these Greeks, these generals of the Greek that comes up from Alexander, that reigned in his stead, they begin to be kings over their own realms, over their own regions. That's why I say they put crowns over on their heads, because they begin to rule as kings in their own different region. And all of this is because of the work that Alexander the Great put in, or Alexander the Greek put in. You understand? So now you got 4 different realms of the Greek Empire, or 4 different kings of these Greeks that's been ruling for these numbers of years after Alexander had set them up. You understand? Right? Verse 10. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome. And he reigned in the 137 year of the kingdom of the Greeks. So the Greeks, they've been ruling for 137 years at this point in time, right? And Antiochus Epiphanes, he was that wicked root. He was the one that was badder and eviler than all the rest of these other Greek kings. You understand, right? Salakia. Let's get him, because he's in his pictorial dictionary by name as well. You understand? Salakia, we're gonna be doing a lot of reading tonight. All right. Most High in Christ, Matam Yah. Most High in Christ. You should love history. Nigga, we Israelites, nigga. On the real, nigga, we the nosiest people on planet Earth. Niggas want to know everything. You feel? I got that from my real, Most High in Christ. And then history should be niggas' favorite subject. Nigga, we want to know everything. We all in niggas' business. Yeah, I'm all in these people's business about what happened in the past. Salakia, you understand? What I wanted, Antiochus. Here we go. Antiochus, right? Let's get him, cause Yabba Shimmy Al Shabrakatah and the Quab, the water for tapping in. I appreciate you. You understand? Antiochus the fourth, Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the third, and 8th ruler of the Seleucid dynasty, 175 to 163 BC. Now it gives you the precepts on who this dude is that you can read in the Bible. First Maccabees 1 and 10. I'm gonna read it again because this is a precept that's in this book. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome, and he reigned in 137 year of the kingdom of the Greeks. This is the same guy that we talking about right here in the Apocrypha. He's named right here in this pictorial Bible dictionary. All right. First Maccabees, Salakia, First Maccabees 1 and 10, and First Maccabees chapter 6 and 16. In his attempt to Hellenize the Jews, remember that word Hellenize again. In his attempt to force Greek customs on Israelites, all right, he had a pig sacrificed on the altar in Jerusalem, forbade circumcision, and destroyed all the Old Testament books he could find. These outrages involved him in the Maccabean War, which the Syrian armies were repeatedly defeated by brilliant Judas Maccabees. Now you can read about Judas Maccabees. So like it has the scriptures in here, right? Judas Maccabees, he rose to power in the book of First Maccabees and the third chapter of the first book of Maccabees. You understand? But that's a whole different breakdown of the wars. We just going into how we became Gentiles. All right. Salakia. Did I have more on that? Yeah, let's keep going. All right. Verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so froward in that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen. Verse 14, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief. Right. So now we just read that Antiochus Epiphanes, what he did when he was in power, he forbid us to keep our laws. You understand? On top of him forbidding us to keep our laws, he forced us he Hellenized us in forcing us to indulge in the customs and the ways and lifestyle of the Greeks. You understand? Now, when you look at this place of exercise in First Maccabees, the first chapter in the 14th verse, this is talking about a gymnasium. You understand? A gymnasium is like today, but back in those times of the Greek, it was a custom of the Greeks to walk around butt naked. You understand? These dudes was freaks. They used to do all type of weird stuff. You understand? So these wicked Negroes that was Israelites that wanted to indulge in a lifestyle of being a Greek because they seen these people having so much goddamn fun and wanted to be just like these heathens. These niggas actually built a goddamn gymnasium in Jerusalem in order to actually indulge in the alternative lifestyle. Excuse me, I gotta watch my words because they're gonna effing block me. You understand? But in the customs of alternative lifestyles of these Greek men and women. You understand? So our people, we indulged in living like a goddamn Greek from being Hellenized by Alexander and the rest of his 4 generals that ruled over us at that time. You understand? Antiochus Epiphanes, him being one of the rulers of the Seleucid dynasty, their realm or their region where they reigned over us was it just happened to be in the land of Israel. You understand? Ptolemy, he had Egypt. You understand? Another general, he had India, and then another general, he had Macedonia up there in Greece. Excuse me. You understand? Salakia. Verse 15 again, and made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant and joined themselves to the heathen and were sold to do mischief. You understand? So we started actually living and doing everything that our oppressors were doing, just like here in America. You understand? Your oppressor tells you it's okay for you to be a homosexual, you going to do that. Salakia. Matter of fact, let me get Proverbs 3:31. Look at Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. The Lord said, don't envy your oppressor and do not choose his ways. Well, these wicked niggas right here in the book of Maccabees, they envied the oppressor. They said, look, let's make a covenant with the heathen, because since we departed from them, we have had much sorrows. Meaning, them niggas look like they having fun. They look like what they doing is making them feel good all the goddamn time. They envied the oppressor and chose all of the goddamn oppressor's ways. You understand? Just like your Christian church, just like you so-called Muslims, You understand? You Black Nation of Islam Muslims or whatever organization that you a part of, or you just a Muslim when it's convenient for you. You niggas are envying your oppressor and you choosing their ways, and that's why you being destroyed. You understand, Salakia? I'm gonna jump down to verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. He said we all should come together. This Christianity right here in the goddamn Old Testament, in the Apocrypha. You understand? He said everybody should come together and be one people. You understand? Verse 42. And everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. He said everybody should leave your laws. You Israelite niggas, y'all can't circumcise y'all sons. You understand? Y'all cannot keep the Sabbath service. You can't keep your high holy days. This is what Antiochus did to the children of Israel. Salakia, let's read this again right here in the Pictorial Bible Dictionary, right? It says, in his attempt to Hellenize the Jews, he had a pig sacrificed on the altar in Jerusalem, in our temple, forbade circumcision, and destroyed all the Old Testament books he could find. We about to read that right here in the Bible, bro. Verse 43. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath service. That's that sacrificing that pig unto a goddamn idol and profaning the Sabbath. You understand? Salagius. Verse 44. For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land. This is him attempting to Hellenize Israelites by making it illegal to call yourself a goddamn Israelite. We're going to get that in the scriptures as well. You understand? By making it illegal for you to indulge in your customs. Instead of you celebrating the Day of Atonement, you understand, or the Feast of Unleavened Bread, you got to celebrate some wicked ass holiday that this Greek king is forcing the children of Israel. You understand? Nah, you cannot circumcise your son. You understand? You have to eat pork. You understand? What else? What else? Anything that you could think of that's contrary to the way of life that the Lord gave to the children of Israel, King Antiochus said, nigga, you can't do none of that or I'm going to kill you. Straight up. You understand? Verse 46, and pollute the sanctuary and holy people. How did he pollute the sanctuary and the holy people? This bastard was sacrificing swine's flesh on our altars in our temples. You understand? Verse 40 said, disrespecting the Lord our God. You understand? Disrespecting the children of Israel, right? Verse 47, set up altars and groves and chapels of idols and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts. Not only was he just sacrificing swine's flesh, but he was sacrificing unclean beasts. And them niggas was probably eating horses. You understand? What else is an unclean beast? A goddamn armadillo. They probably was eating weasels and rodents and all type of weird ass stuff. Excuse my French. You understand? It did like it gotta piss you off to understand the history of your goddamn people and knowing how you've been destroyed by the same damn people over and over and over and over again. Nigga, when you look at the movie Roots and they beat his back talking about Kunti Kinte. No, nigga, your name Toby. He was telling niggas, yeah, my name is Karanyala. Nigga, your name is Tobias. Your name, you feel me? Your name is Timotheus. That's a Greek name. Salakia. You understand? Like that type of shit was going on. You understand? And then forcing us to eat unclean beasts. You understand? It ain't no telling what the hell them niggas was eating. Nigga probably caught a goddamn alligator, you know what I'm saying, or a hyena or something, and brought his ass in the temple on a damn chain. Look, nigga, we finna eat this today. And you got Israelite niggas like, oh, well, if that's what we doing. Hey, nigga, you feel me? Salakia, verse 48. that they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation. Don't circumcise your kids. And what it say? It say, and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation. You understand? That's talking about, of course, eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, indulging in a LGBTQ lifestyle. You understand? What else is some wicked stuff? Like I've been in the truth for a hot second, so it's a lot of stuff. They probably was getting high. You understand? Smoking weed, all type of just evil nonsense, nastiness. Allowing they goddamn kids to walk around butt naked, uncircumcised little boy, like all type of weird ass shit that these damn Greeks was into. They Hellenized us and made us indulge in a lifestyle of what they did. What the fuck is he doing? Like he standing on the other one? That's crazy. It's like I got turtles. They're doing some crazy shit. They might have been Hellenized. Excuse me. No, I'm playing it's a lot here. Verse 49. To the end that they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. They wanted the children of Israel to forget the law. They wanted us to actually train our children up to be Greek-speaking Hebrews that eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, indulge in LGBTQ alternative lifestyles, not keep the Sabbath service, not keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread, not keep the Passover, you understand? And do every goddamn thing up under the sun that the Lord is against. You understand? Salaki. Goodbye, Salaki, sir. Man, look, you got to have fun with these classes. I love what I do. Salaki. Reading on. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die. So if they found out you circumcised your own goddamn son, you're getting killed. You understand? They find out you reading the Old Testament. They find out you, hey, shalom, Lord Christ, or hey, shalom. You nigga, shalom. You dead. You feel me? The Day of Atonement. Oh, you ain't ate no food today? Get him up out of here. You feel me? Like all that shit. You understand? Salakia. Yeah, right. Since day one, Matabiyah, Salakia. You understand? Read on. In the self-same manner, wrote he to his whole kingdom and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice city by city. Then many of the people were gathered unto them, to wit, everyone that forsook the law. And so they committed evils in the land and drove the Israelites into secret places, and even wheresoever they could flee for succor. You understand? So they doing all type of this evil stuff. And you got certain Israelites, they have integrity. They upholding the law. They like, nah, bro, we not doing what this nigga talking about. We finna keep our laws. And they had to flee up out of our land. And these niggas was chasing them down and killing them because of this. You understand? Salakia. Verse 54. Now the 15th day of the month, Caslu, in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar and builded idol altars throughout the cities of Judah on every side, and burned incense at the door of their houses and in the streets. And when they had rent in places the book of the law, which they found, they burned them with fire. So they was finding the Old Testament. They was finding the first 5 books of Moses. You understand? The books of the law. And anytime they found this book, they'll rip them up in pieces and then burn them. You know why? Because they wanted the children of Israel to be as the Greeks. They wanted to strip us of our culture, thus stripping us of our power and keeping us as they goddamn slaves forever. You got to understand, when America tells you that you're not a real Jew, you know what America is telling you? When America is telling you that the Jews is not black, when they freezing Nick Cannon accounts, when they do what was the other brother name, the football player, Steven Jackson or whoever the hell he was, Colin Kaepernick didn't really say nothing about us being Jews. I'm talking about the football player brother that said something about us being Jews. When they ostracize you for speaking up about the children of Israel being blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and they take everything that you've gathered for yourself in this empire and telling you can't say that, and you anti-Semitic and all of this bullshit that they be telling us about our people and our customs. You understand? What they telling you is, nigga, you are a slave. We want you to Kyrie, absolutely, sir. You understand? Kyrie Irving, absolutely, sir. Salaki, I forgot about that, brother. When they telling you you can't speak about this or you anti-Semitic, what they telling you is so many words. The translation is, nigga, you just a slave. So we want to keep you as what we want you as. We want you to work in these goddamn fields. You got a question? Deshaun Jackson, the water prince, I appreciate it. Deshaun Jackson, they did him bad too. You understand? Kanye West. You understand? How can we forget about Ye? Right? They telling you you can't say this or you can't speak up about this. You know why? Because they want you to continue to be a goddamn drunkard. They want you to continue to be a weed smoking, drug dealing. You understand? They want you to continue to prostitute your sisters out. They want you to continue to leave your goddamn children. They don't want you to teach your children the customs of actually being an Israelite, because it's power in taking hold of your customs. It's power in fixing your goddamn nation. Like, we in the UPK. We not a slave to goddamn Christmas and fucking Mother's Day. So you're not finna get $200 billion off of the Israelite School Universal and Practical Knowledge, because we don't celebrate that bullshit anyway. You understand? Our customs is going to be our customs. We're going to keep our own high holy days, our feast days. We're going to come together amongst us and our people alone, and everybody's going to be outsiders if you're not in this school. And the power in that is this. I'm not going to accept to be your slave because I know that I'm God's chosen people and I'm better than you because you're a goddamn heathen. You understand what I'm saying? So with these Greeks, they Hellenized the children of Israel and made us indulge in their customs because they understand what most blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians don't understand. Your power lies in your nation. Your power lies in your heritage. And most of all, your power lies in serving your God. You understand? Salakia. Reading on. Verse 57. And wheresoever was found with any the book of the testament, or if any consented to the law, the king's commandment was that they should be put to death. Thus did they by their authority unto the Israelites every month, to as many as were found in cities. Now, the 5 and 20th day of the month, they did sacrifice upon the idol altar, which was upon the altar of God. Nigga, they disrespected the hell out of us. They put an idol altar on top of the altar that the priest gave sacrifice to the Lord to in our temple. These goddamn bastards was evil as hell. You understand? Salakia. Verse 60, at which time, according to the commandment, they put to death certain women that had caused their children to be circumcised. They was killing our sisters for circumcising their sons on the 8th day, which is a custom of our people. You understand? They would kill you. That like, and then that's homosexual as hell too. Like for real. Like you got to think about the mind frame of these goddamn Greeks. They will kick in your fucking door, make you strip your goddamn baby naked to look at his private area to see if you circumcised them. And then they're going to kill you for it. I'm going to read some more. And Salakia. And they hanged the infants about their necks and rifled their houses and slew them that had circumcised them. So not only did they kill the sister, they hung the goddamn baby by their neck. When they say rifled their houses, they ransacked niggas' house. Like this is a police raid. This ain't even a police raid for you selling drugs. This a goddamn police raid for you actually serving God and living righteously. They killed the sister, hung the little baby, and whatever nigga circumcised this baby, he died too. Man, look, you gotta you gotta understand how crucial it was for the children of Israel during the time of the Greeks. And this is why a lot of us, we just, what's the saying? Go along to get along. A lot of us folded because of the pressure that the Greeks put on us. Barakatah Yahweh Shai for Mattathias and Judas Maccabeus for his sons. You understand? For them holding the torch as long as they did and giving us freedom. You understand? But Salakia, that's a different breakdown. Verse 62. Howbeit many in Israel were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat anything unclean. So a lot like just like Commander General Yohana and the Isupk. You understand? Back then, they still had brothers and sisters that seen the brutality that was going on against the children of Israel for keeping the laws. But niggas had integrity back then, just like the Isupk today. You understand? And a lot of niggas kept the law. Oh yeah, damn, they got killed for circumcising their son. Shit, they gonna have to kill me too. I'm circumcising this little nigga. And we can't read the Bible. It's crazy, bro. To have the Old Testament in the history of the Greeks, to have the book of the law, that was like having a fucking that was like having an unlawful firearm, nigga. That was like having a brick of cocaine. You hear me? That was like having what else is illegal? That was like having, nigga, 60 pounds of weed and fentanyl and methamphetamine. That was like you running the goddamn drug empire back then by you having a book of the law, and they would kill you for it. You ain't just going to jail, nigga. You about to die. You feel me? Salaki. Verse 63. Wherefore they chose rather to die, that they might not be defiled with meats, and that they might not profane the holy covenant. So then they died, and there was very great wrath upon Israel. You understand? So a lot of these brothers, they kept their integrity. You understand? And they would rather die than to sin against the Lord. You understand? And this is the same type of men that Commander General Yana has raised up in the ISUBK. Nigga, bro, we not going to your goddamn gumbo cookout, no crawfish balls. We don't give a damn about your Mother's Day, your mama's birthday, nigga. Fuck Valentine's Day, all that shit, nigga. I'd rather die than eat a piece of pork. You understand? But Salaki, I don't want to get too graphic. You understand? Now, let's go to second Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 6. This is all the horrendous stuff that these Greeks have put on the children of Israel, right? Second Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feast days, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. This is the Hellenization of the children of Israel during the time of the Maccabees. It was illegal for you to call yourself a Jew. You understand? That's what happened in this Apocrypha that the Protestant church took out of the Bible. You understand? Because if you don't read this history, then you won't understand that a goddamn Gentile in the New Testament that Christ was talking about going to go save are actually Israelites. You understand? Salakia. Let's get the word Gentile. Let's get the word Gentile. No questions? Gentiles in the KJV, in the KJV of the Old Testament, 32. People, 11 times. Heathen, 142 times. Nation, 373 times. Nation being the usual in the ASV, OSV. Them, of course, those are two versions we don't even deal with. Sometimes Goy refers to Israel. You understand? A Gentile sometimes, and the word for Gentile in Hebrew is Goyah. All right. Plural is goyim, right? That means a foreigner. You understand, or somebody that's not an Israelite. But it's saying certain, like there's a couple of times where it's referred to as Israel, or it's referring to Israelites. You understand? So like I'm gonna read that again. Sometimes goy refers to Israel. Now the precepts Genesis 12 and 2, Deuteronomy 32 and 28, Joshua 3 and 17, 4 and 11, 10 and 13, 2 Samuel 7 and 23, Isaiah 1 and 4, Zephaniah 2 and 9. All right. Uh, but Am is the ordinary term for Israel. Goy usually means a non-Israelite people. In the New Testament, Greek ethnos renders goy, while laos, people, corresponds to Hebrew. All right. Now, let's get to the New Testament, because this is why it's so important for you to understand the language. Angela Nuno. Hold on, Salakia. I have a question. Can I still be involved in the school even if my husband has left me? I have paid my 10% for a while and I check into classes online. Salakia, sis, is your husband a part of the school? And if your husband is a part of this school, the brother's not going to leave you if he's a part of this school. But you know what I'm saying? If you Israel, sis, of course, you keep paying your 10%, you keep checking into these classes, and you stay in this school, sis. If your husband is in the school or out the school, of course, if he's in the school, we understand through the scriptures that a man can never leave his wife unless she has committed adultery on him. So if you ain't committed adultery on your husband and he's some brother in the world and he left you and you not dealing with him, you understand? He is in it. Okay, if your husband is in the school, right? And what I would do if I was you, sis, you should get to contact with your husband's camp leader. Try to set you up a council, a marriage council, so y'all can get through your differences, and just do whatever the council tells you to do. But as far as you staying in the school, you understand? You stay in the school. You keep coming to these classes and you uphold your oath as a daughter of Zion, and keep following these law, statutes, and commandments, and keep checking in the classes, sis. You understand? I hope that helped you out. But Salakia, let's get to the New Testament. Was that what I'm about to do? Yeah, let's get to the New Testament. All right. Let's go to John 7 and 34. Matter of fact, Salakia. Let's go to Matthew's 10 and 5. All right. I have, but they won't set up a council. I have asked for one. They don't respond to me. Okay, maybe, sis, you probably need to reach out to your husband. Reach out to your husband and try to get an understanding with your husband on what's actually going on. You understand? And come to him and ask him for a counsel, because you want to work on your marriage, and you want to build your family and keep your household intact, and you want to make sure that you're not sinning, you understand, by just doing anything that's contrary to the protocol of the UPK. So yeah, you know what I'm saying, sis, you might want to go holler at your husband and see what's going on with that. All right, Salakia. What I wanted, Matthew's 10 and 5. The book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not. Christ said to his 12 disciples, don't go into the way of the Gentiles, you understand? And don't go into the way of the Samaritans. Now, like I said, it's important for you to understand the original language that the Old and New Testament was written in. Now, of course, the Old Testament was originally written in Hebrew, right? But the New Testament, which most of the New Testament was written by Paul, is actually written in Greek. So the original language of the New Testament was written in Greek. And the reason why it was written in Greek is because the children of Israel were subjected to living like Greeks. You understand? So a lot of our brothers and sisters are part of the diaspora, right? We were actually living in the in Greek provinces, and the Greeks had a strong hold over the culture of the cities that we actually grew up in. It's just like the King James Version Bible. You understand? The Lord understood that the children of Israel were going to go into slavery in the Western Hemisphere of the world, and He understood that the British, you understand, for the most part, were going to be our slave masters in North America. You understand? So this is why the Lord put the spirit on King James, which was a black man, for him to sanction the scriptures be translated from Greek and Hebrew into English. You understand? So when you look at the earliest version of the New Testament, right? It is written in Greek. Now, let's look at this word in Matthew's, the 10th chapter and the 5th verse in the Greek. You understand? If you don't, a great tool for that is the Blue Letter Bible. You understand? It's a great tool for you to understand the context of what you're reading due to you researching the original language that it was written in. Baba Kashab, bear with me one time. 1 second. Salaki. Let's go to Matthew's, the 10th chapter and the 5th verse. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 5. Once again, I'm going to read it. Salakia. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles and enter, Salakia, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not. Right? Now, let's see, Salakia. Let's see what this is actually saying from the Greek. Let's go to that word Gentile in the Greek. All right. Gentile. The Greek word for Gentile in this sense is ethnos. All right. Ethnos. All right. And let's go to a couple of definitions of ethnos. A multitude, so like not that one, I don't need that one. A tribe, nation, people group. In the Old Testament, foreign nations, not worshipers, not worshiping the true God, pagans, Gentiles. You understand? So this word ethnos is is the same word as Goya in the Old Testament, and it means foreigners, you understand, non-Israelites that worship pagan gods. So this is Christ telling his disciples, don't go to the Goya. You understand? Don't go into the city of the Samaritans. If you understand what I was explaining earlier in the class on how the Assyrian Empire had the northern kingdom, the northern 10 northern kingdom tribes in captivity, you understand? They began to place Gentiles in the city of Samaria, you understand, or in the northern kingdom of Israel. And this is why Christ is telling his disciples, don't go there because there's no Israelites there. You understand? But that word Gentile in Matthew the 10th chapter and the 5th verse is ethnos in the Greek, which means a foreigner or a heathen that worshiped another god. You understand? But basically a foreigner, somebody that's not an Israelite. All right. Now, Salakia. Let's go to let me see. Let's go to let me see. So what I want, Acts 5 and 21. Salakia, bear with me. This one. Hold on, give me a second, Salaki Israel. Not that one. Oh, Salaki. John 7:35. Let's go to John chapter 7 and verse 35. All right. It's the book of John, chapter 7 and verse 35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we should not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? I am the bar, sis. Absolutely. I appreciate the questions. So these is Israelite brothers. They talking amongst themselves. They like, where's Christ gonna go so we can't find him? Is he going to go? I'm gonna read that again. Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? Remember, I just read to you in earlier in the class, Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter and the 27th verse, as well as Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter and the 64th verse, that the Lord is going to scatter us. These brothers is asking themselves, where is Christ going to go? Is he going to go to the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? Now let's look up this word Gentile in John the 7th chapter and the 35th verse. Let's look up that word for Gentile. All right. Right here. John 7:30. Remember, the word Gentile for the word Gentile for an actual physical heathen is ethnos, right? Now let's look at this word Gentile in John 7 and 34. All right. The word translates to Helen, G1672. It translates to Helen. You know what Helen means, right? Right. These are Israelites that was these are Israelites that were Hellenized. You understand? I don't know if y'all can see that, Salakia. You probably can't see that, Salakia. But this word for Gentile in John the 7th chapter and the 35th verse, it says Helen, which of course we just read what Hellenization is. That's the Greeks forcing Israelites to indulge in the custom of a Greek. So you got the word ethnos, which is an actual heathen, and then you got the word Helen, which is a Israelite, you understand, that spoke Greek and lived like a Greek. You understand? Salakia. Let's go to Acts the 18th chapter. All right. We'll see if that. But this is the book of Acts, chapter 18 and verse 1. After these things, Paul departed from Athens and came to Corinth. Athens is a city in Greece. Corinth is a city in Greece. All right. And found a certain Jew named Aquila, born in Pontus, lately come from Italy, with his wife Priscilla, because that Claudius had commanded all Jews to depart from Rome and came unto them. And because he was of the same craft, he abode with them and wrought, for by their occupation they were tent makers. So these was Israelites. You understand? Say they was of the same craft. You understand? He abode with them, right? These was Israelites that took Paul in. All right. Verse 4. And he reasoned in the synagogue every Sabbath and persuaded the Jews and the Greeks. He persuaded the Jews and the Greeks. Now, let's look up this word Greek in Acts, the 18th chapter and the 4th verse. Acts, the 18th chapter and the 4th verse. This word for Greeks is once again. I don't know if y'all can see it. I don't think y'all can see it. It's Helen again. Remember, I just read Gentile, and the word for Gentile in the scripture before that was Helen. Now they named Greeks, and it says Helen once again, right? Now let's read it. A Greek, either by nationality, whether a native of the mainland or the Greek islands or colonies. A Greek in this sense is literally just a person that was born in a Greek province. He's native to that land. That's just like me saying, nigga, I'm a Californian, or I'm saying I'm from the South, or I'm an American. Same thing, right? In a wider sense, the same embraces all nations, not Jews, that made the language, customs, and learning of the Greeks their own. The primary references is to a difference of religion and worship. So basically what they're saying in a wider sense, you could be called a goddamn Greek even if you're not a fucking Greek. Excuse my French, Salakia. You could be called a Greek even if you're not a Greek. Just because you lived in that region and live your life as a Greek, you were called a Greek. But this word is Helen. And that word Helen is a Greek speaking. You understand? These Gentiles that they talking about in the New Testament, right? Let's get a famous one. Let's get a famous one. Let's go to Galatians, the 3rd chapter and the 28th verse. Salakia. Just read it here since I got it. The book of Galatians, chapter 3 and verse 28. There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither bond nor free. There is neither male nor female. For ye are all one in Yahushua Mashiach, or Christ Jesus. Now let's get this word. We're gonna go to Galatians, the 3rd chapter and the 28th verse in the Blue Letter Bible. Oh, once again, not to my surprise, but this word Greek in Galatians, the 3rd chapter and the 28th verse, can you take a while? Guess what it is again? It's Helen. It's Helen. This is talking about a Israelite. Once again. You know where Paul was from, right? Let's get Paul. Let's go to the book of Acts, the 21st chapter. Acts 21 and 37. And as Paul was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, may I speak unto thee? Who said, canst thou speak Greek? This nigga Paul is getting led into the castle in handcuffs. He like, bro, let me holler at you. The captain like, nigga, you can speak Greek? You know why Paul could speak Greek, right? Because he grew up in a Greek province. Right? Verse 38, art not thou that Egyptian, which before these days made us an uproar and led us out into the wilderness 4,000 men that were murderers? He like, nigga, ain't you an Egyptian? You know why he's calling Paul an Egyptian? The reason why he calling Paul an Egyptian, because during the time of Christ, matter of fact, Salakia, he called him an Egyptian, right? Let's get that in the pictorial Bible dictionary. I'm going to show you why he was calling Paul an Egyptian. All right. Let's look up the word Alexandria. Remember that city, Alexandria? Let's look up that word, Alexandria. Right? Oh, look, Most High Christ is right there for me too. Alexandria, right? Salakia, founded by Alexander the Great, successively the Ptolemaic, Roman, and Christian capital of Lower Egypt. Its harbors formed by the island Pharos and headland Lachias were suitable alike for commerce and war. It was the chief grain port of Rome. Its merchant ships, the largest and finest of the day, usually sailed directly to Puteoli, but at times, because of the severity of weather, sailed under the coast of Asia Minor, as did the vessel which carried Paul. Paul came from Egypt one time in these scriptures. You understand? He was on a boat and he came from Alexandria. He got on a boat in Alexandria and went somewhere else. Salaki. But that's Acts the 27th chapter and the 6th verse, right? Alexandria was also an important cultural center, boasting an excellent university. This was Salakia, partnered pattern, excuse me, after the great school at Athens, but soon outstripped its model. So Alexandria, this was a place to be referenced where you can go get knowledge from, and it was like a replica of the big schools that they had in Athens. But eventually, the schools in Alexandria, it surpassed Athens. It became greater than what was going on in Athens, Greece. Now, mind you, this is in Egypt. All right. Salakia. It was especially noted for the study of mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and poetry. Literature and art also flourished. The Library of Alexandria became the largest and best known in the world. In different eras, it was reported as possessing from 400,000 to 900,000 books and rolls. The population of Alexandria had three prominent elements. Listen to this. The population of Alexandria had three prominent elements, right? Jews, Greeks, and Egyptians. Niggas lived in Athens, and Athens was a hotbed to know knowledge. This nigga Paul was an intellectual type of nigga. So this captain that's leading Paul into this damn castle, he like, bruh, how you speak Greek? I thought you was Egyptian. Because he understood that there was actually Jews living in Egypt around that time. He looking at him like, this nigga a black man. Of course, the Egyptians is black. I thought you was a goddamn Egyptian. This what Paul say to him. Salakia. Where was that? Yeah, excuse me. Verse 39. But Paul said, I am a man which am a Jew of Tarsus. Paul was native to the city Tarsus. You understand? And this was in a Greek province. That's why he spoke Greek, because this nigga grew up in Tarsus, and that was the language of those people that lived in Tarsus, Greek. And why was it their language? Because they was Hellenized by goddamn Alexander's descendants. You understand? Salakia. A city in Cilicia, a citizen of no mean city, and I beseech thee, Salakia, I beseech thee, suffer me to speak unto the people. Now hold on, let me get something else for you. Let me get something else for you. Romans 11 and 1. Let's go to the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 1. So, Lockie, I'm going to pull it off the phone because I got it right here. It's the book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 1. I say then, have God cast away his people? God forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham of the tribe of Benjamin. This is Paul talking again. He said, did God cast away his people? Nah, he ain't forget about us. He ain't cast away his people because I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. You understand? Paul knew exactly who he was. He just spoke Greek because he grew up in a Greek province. You understand? So, like, I got a couple more scriptures and I'm gonna end it. Let's go to Romans 9 and 25. The book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 25. And he said also in OC, that word OC in the New Testament is a Greek translation to the word Hosea in the Old Testament, right? And he said also in OC or in Hosea, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not beloved. Meaning he's going to take these damn people that he exiled or disowned because of how wicked they was, and then he gonna allow them to be his people again. Now let's go to the book of Hosea, right? The book of Hosea, chapter 1 and verse 1. Salakia, going off the phone because it's faster. The book of Hosea, chapter 1 and verse 1. The word of the Lord that came unto Hosea, the son of Beeri, in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel. Now, this is during the split of the king of the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. That's why I'm saying the kings of Judah and the kings of Israel. You understand? Because Israel, we went to civil war with them behind I believe it was King Solomon's sons and I believe King Solomon's son, not King Solomon's son, but King Solomon, him going off in his older years, he started doing a lot of wicked shit by dealing with these heathen women. So a lot of the brothers that was kings after Solomon, they began to indulge in the same type of lifestyle that Solomon indulged in his later years. So they start sinning like a motherfucker. Excuse my French, Salakia. All right. Verse 2. The beginning of the word of the Lord by Hosea. And the Lord said to Hosea, go take unto thee a wife of whoredoms and children of whoredoms, for the land have committed great whoredom, departing from the Lord. Do you understand what the Lord is saying to Hosea? You niggas is wicked right now. So go ahead and go get you a loudmouth, wicked ass broad to go have children by, because that's what the hell y'all doing. Go get you a wife of whoredoms. Go get you a woman that celebrates Christmas. Go get you a woman that smoke weed and eat pork. This is essentially what he's saying to Hosea. You're like, bro, yeah, go ahead and go take you a wife of whoredom because you niggas is wicked and all y'all do is wicked shit. So go ahead and live your life because I'm about to do something to y'all, right? Verse 3. So he went and took Gomer, the daughter of Diblaim, Diblaim, and conceived and bare him a son. And the Lord said unto him, call his name Jezreel, for yet a little while, and I will avenge the blood of Jezreel upon the house of Jehu, and will cause to cease the kingdom of the house of Israel. He said, nigga, I'm about to take away your kingdom. You niggas is going to captivity to the Assyrians for how wicked y'all have been, right? Verse 5, and it shall come to pass at that day that I will break the bow of Israel in the valley of Jezreel. Oh, I'm about to rent y'all kingdom into pieces. This how mad the Lord is with us. You understand? Y'all Shamal Lathan by Shimmy Awashah, sister, water for tapping in. Appreciate it. Right? And she conceived again and bare a daughter. And God said unto him, call her name Lo-Ruhamah, for I will no more have mercy upon the house of Israel, but I will utterly take them away. This is God spazzing on us. God, he not playing so goddamn much. He said, look, go get you a wife that don't keep my law, statutes, and commandments, because none of you niggas keep them anyway. On top of that, start naming your children after the destruction that I'm about to do to y'all. And you see how God ain't playing. You feel me? You see how like it's beautiful to name your child something glorious of the Lord. But he like, nah, nigga, name your children about the destruction that y'all about to receive because you niggas is wicked. God ain't playing at this time, right? Salakia. Verse 7. But I will have mercy of Judah and will save them by the Lord their God, and will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, by horses, nor by horsemen. Now, when she had weaned La Ruhama, she conceived and bare a son. So now this is the Lord. He differentiating the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. He like Judah, they was more righteous than you niggas up here. Judah, Benjamin, and some of Levi, they was a little bit more righteous than y'all. So I'm gonna rock with them. But Northern Kingdom, I'm not fucking with y'all. Y'all niggas is done. You know what I'm saying? Right? Salaki. Verse 9. Then God said, call his name Lo-Ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your God. He said, you ain't my people, and I'm not going to be your God. He's talking to the northern kingdom of Israel. He's talking to the kingdom of Israel. He said, you ain't my people. I ain't going to be your God. You understand? Verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God. This is the Lord telling you, I'm not fucking with y'all for a time frame, but eventually I'm gonna have mercy on you. And y'all called y'all niggas not my people, but when y'all get y'all mind right, then you're gonna be able to be called by the sons of the living God. You understand? Verse 11. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. Then y'all gonna come back together, the Most High in Christ. This is what we doing today here in the Isupk. Then you're going to come back together after y'all get it right, and y'all gonna appoint yourself one head over y'all. You understand? It's beautiful. Back to Romans 9 and 25, right? The book of Romans chapter 9 and verse 25. As he saith also in OC or Hosea, I will call them my people which were not my people, and her beloved which was not beloved. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, they shall, so like it, there shall they be called the children of the living God. This is the precept that summed up Hosea. You understand? The Israelites is blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians. You read about a Gentile, depending on the etymology of the word, whether it's ethnos, you understand, which is a physical, real Gentile, a heathen, you understand, or the word Gentile that translates to Helen. This is talking about a Israelite. You understand? Salaki, I'm gonna get one more verse. Acts 5 and 31. It's the book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 31. Him hath God exalted with his right hand to be a prince and a savior, for to give repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins. This is talking about Christ. You understand? The Gentiles in the New Testament that Christ was going to go teach, or that the Lord had mercy on, was the children of Israel, nobody else. Man, shalom, Israel.